As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening. But all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Minnesota Vikings. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
And taken down. In on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Off of play action. Tagovailoa. Well, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Coleman. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
They run again on first down. Cook. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Cook. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Tackle made.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
From the gun on 3rd down. Coleman dancing to his left. Complete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Well, just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put them in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left, early in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Tua going to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
The line of scrimmage.
No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Third down.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Going deep this time for Miller. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
He's brought down.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready and looked for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Throwing on first down, Coleman. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw again, Coleman. And that one goes is incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
To throw on third down, Coleman. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
6-0 our score after 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And that's off the mark. Incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
On 1st and 10, Coleman. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They run. Cook. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. And he'll take this one down to the 36. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Third down, Dalvin Cook. Cook, a 1st down and more. And finally down at the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kevin Coleman, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Got it to make it now 13-0.
Still scored. Vikings 13. Buccaneers.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Their own 16-yard line.
Offense set to begin their next possession. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense.
3rd down.
Reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll go with Jones. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth.
And the Buccaneer first down.
Flushed out right. Going deep for Hopkins. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Looking to pass. Tua setting up the screen for Miller. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
He was brought down by Jeff Gladney.
On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Gladney. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle around twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A final shot before break. Coleman, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And coverage, and it's intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it up. And they're going to be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Takes this about 5 yards deep. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
31-yard line.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
33-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. Try! And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards. They'll run with Cook. They'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They try again with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
From the gun, Coleman. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Past the 20, 10, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. That's tough there, starting to mount a good drive. Quarterback lets his guard down for just a moment, and it's going to bite him.
Yeah, and I was just about to remark how controlled the game they were here in this 3rd quarter, but that return for 6 points, we now have a game again.
Point after, up and good. And it's now 13-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive. And they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Coleman. That'll be complete to Cook. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Give to Cook out of the gun. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and then they have to rethink their plans on 4th down. They went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to break up 4th. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at about the 28. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give him 5 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there, holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line.
And a Buccaneer 1st down.
Back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 30.
This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He's got Evans. And he's going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. They go back to the ground with Jones. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down into 3. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they? And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bucs are now an extra point away from leading this game. And it's up and good.
Pat O'Donnell set to kick off.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Sometimes you need a phone, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has three options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
This is Coleman. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's first and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead.
Buccaneers 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Buccaneers.
TheBumTravii working out of the gun. The left side completion to Jones.
TheBumTravii
7 yards on the play, and it'll be a second down.
It's a game.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
45-yard line.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
The man has got one. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
At the 29-yard line.
They'll go again to Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Ronald Jones with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Operating from the gun, Coleman. Oh, complete. That's James. And they work this right upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 in a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Cook with a 1st down and much more. There he goes, right side. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together, make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Fielded in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He's going to let it fly. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Vikings take
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Able to bust through the tackle, but not much to show for it. Still inside the 5.
marked down at his own.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8. Tonight's.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Minnesota, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else in their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.